Hello everyone, my name is realtechnerd. In this video I'll be showing you guys how to build a simple Discord bot using discord.js. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first step is to register our bot with Discord. To do that, you want to go to discord.com/developers/applications. Once you're there, click on new application and then hit create, or give it a name and then hit create. There we go. Now here, you can customize stuff like the description, the icon. For now, I'm going to leave this empty, but you can do it if you want. But I want to go to the bot section and click on add bot. There we go. Okay, so we've successfully registered our bot with Discord. Now, we want to go back to Discord and then create a server for testing bots, specifically for testing bots. If you don't want to, you can just add it to your own server, but I have a dedicated server for testing my bots. I'm just going to create a new text channel and call it Discord bot tutorial. Okay, cool. So now go back, click on OAuth 2, select the bot, and then send messages. So what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to add this bot to our server here. So I want to hit copy. I'm going to go to a new tab and paste that. I'm going to click on bot test. Continue, authorize, and I'm going to solve this robot puzzle. Okay, so if we go back to our server, we can find that the Discord bot tutorial has been successfully added to the server. The first step we want to do is to install required packages. The first one you need is Node.js. So go ahead and install that. The link will also be in the description below, but it's just nodejs.org/en or just nodejs.org. And then you want to go to your terminal or file explorer and then make a folder specifically for your Discord bot. I want to call it Discord bot tutorial. Awesome. Now in here, we're gonna create a package.json file. To do that, type in npm init y. Now this package.json file is gonna keep record of all the packages we have installed, and will also allow us to create some custom scripts for developing. So now, install the required packages. The first one will be discord.js. The second one will be .env. And the third one will be nodemon. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and open up this in my code editor, which is Visual Studio Code. In here, let's create a main.js file, and then a .env file. Now this .env file is going to allow us to conceal our bot token, which is right here. Our bot token is going to allow us to conceal it because you don't want to show this to anyone else. And this bot token is going to allow us to basically connect to Discord. So go back to the env file and create a variable called bot_token, and make sure they're in capitalized. Then go here and copy your bot token and paste it. Awesome. Then create a file called .getignore, and then in here type in .env, and this is going to hide the env file so they can't look at our client token. And we're also going to do node modules. Alright, cool. Okay, so the discord.js file here is going to be the library that we're going to be using to develop Discord bots. The .env file is going to allow us to use env files in our JavaScript code. And nodemon is going to allow us to develop without having to restart our dev server, because it's going to automatically restart it every time we make a change. Okay, in our code editor, the first thing we want to do is go ahead and import our .env package. So we're going to do require .env and then .config. Now we're going to import discord.js. So make a variable called discord and require discord.js. We're also going to create something called client, which is going to allow us to reference to our bot. So require, or not require, new discord.client. This is going to use the Discord library, and then with parentheses and then semicolon. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and type in client.login And in here we're gonna connect this to our bot token. So to connect this to our env file, we're gonna type in process.env and then bot_token, or whatever variable you put in here. I put bot token, so I'm just gonna type in .bot token. Now let's go to our terminal and then run, or actually before that, you want to go to package.json file and then remove this test script here and replace it with start, and then node main.js, and then we're also going to do a dev start, which is going to be node mon main.js. So the node main.js is going to run our JavaScript code using node, and the node mon is going to do the same thing, but instead it's going to refresh every time. It's going to restart the server every time we make a change in our code. Okay, so now let's go to our terminal and type in npm run dev start, which is going to run the dev script here. And then let's go to our Discord here, and as you guys can see, our Discord bot is now online. Perfect. Whenever our bot starts, we want it to display a message so that we know it's started successfully. To do that, you want to type in client.on, and this is basically like an onload kind of function. So client.on ready, and then we're going to pass in an empty parameter, and then we're going to say console.log bot is ready. So now it says bot is ready, which means our bot has successfully started up. Okay, we're also going to add a presence to our bot. Now this presence on Discord is basically a small message that appears below your username, and it says what app you're on. So example, it would say playing Minecraft, listening to Spotify, or watching Twitch. But we're also going to do that for our bot here. So I'm going to do client.user.setActivity, and then you can put in whatever activity you're doing. Like you can type in Twitch, Minecraft, or you can also do your custom message, like with discord.js. You don't have to do with discord.js, but if you want to, you can. Then I want to put curly braces and then give it a type, and this type will say if it's either watching, streaming, playing, listening, or competing. I'm just going to do playing. Now note that this thing really doesn't do anything to your bot. It just kind of shows a small message. It doesn't have any effect with the performance of the bot. It's just gonna show a small message, and that's pretty much it. So if you go back to Discord here, it says playing with discord.js. You can also change it to, I don't know, like let's say playing with life, I don't know, or you can just do life, it doesn't matter. Playing life. It should take a while to load up. Restart it. Playing life. You know, you can do any of that. If you also want to show how many servers the client has how many servers the bot has been connected to, many bots do this actually. They say like active in this many servers. You can create a variable here and call guild num, and then say client.guilds. Guilds is another word for servers on Discord. So you can do client.guilds.cache.size. Then if you go ahead and console log this, console.log guild num, it should say 1. Perfect, because I only have this connected to one server, which is this bot test server. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. I want to put it to my message here. So I want to do active in guild num servers. This is just a cool way to show, kind of flex how many servers your bot has been added to. It's not necessary. You can do it if you want to. I'm just gonna do it because it looks cool, I guess. But yeah. Okay, so now let's start creating commands. So I want to go ahead and do client.on, and then it's gonna listen for a message. And then I'm gonna give it a parameter of message. Here I want to make an if statement saying if message.content equals, and then let's say hey. Okay, then the curly braces, and then I want to say message.channel.send hi. Okay, so let's go back in here and type in hey. Hi, see, it's replied perfectly fine. Okay, if you want to ping your user, if you want to ping the user when replying, you can just type in message.reply and then hi. So I'm just gonna comment this code out here. Go back and type in hey. It's gonna mention my username, realtechnerd, and then say hi. Perfect. Okay, but I'm not really gonna do that because as far as I know, many people on Discord get really mad or triggered whenever you ping them. So I'm just going to comment that code out and keep the message.channel.send. Cool. So right now we've successfully created our first command that works. So if I type in hey here, hey, it's gonna say hi. Now, I wouldn't recommend just typing hey because in a conversation, it's pretty common for someone to say hey. So if you want to distinguish a message and a command, you can create a prefix for your bot. So I'm gonna create a prefix called prefix, a variable called prefix, and then I'm gonna put a custom prefix. I want to do, let's say, the and symbol, and then all I have to do here is I'm going to concatenate it. Concatenate prefix and hey. So now if I go back in here and type in hey, it should say hi back again. And if I type in hey, it's not going to reply back because I haven't used the prefix here. Awesome. Okay, let's say we want the bot to react to our message. We can create a new command using the else if statement, and then we can say message.content equals let me just add the prefix real quick. Prefix, and then let's say RTN is epic. Okay, then if we go back here, we can type in message.react, and then we can give it an emoji. Now, if you want to use emojis on Windows, you hold the Windows key and the dot key, and then I can get, all these emojis here. There's a variety of emojis. I'm not sure on Mac or Linux, but I'm pretty sure if you do a little bit of Googling, you can find out how to open up emojis. But I'm just gonna do a random emoji like, I don't know, like that. Okay. So now let me go back in here and let's try this out. And RTN is epic. There we go. It's reacted to our message with a smiling face with 3 hearts emoji. It's pretty cool. If you wanna, I don't know. I don't really say use case for it, but if you like to create fun messages, you can add the message.react one. But yeah. Now writing code in here is pretty cool, but if I want to have separate functions to make it more readable, I can create a separate function. So I can say function, or I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to do a function. I'm going to give it the name of reply or reply hi, and then we're going to give it a parameter of I, and then we're going to go ahead and comment this out here, and then we're going to reference our function, which is reply hi, and then inside that we're going to give it the parameter of message.channel. So then this I parameter here will get the message.channel. So then all we have to do is type in I.send hey. So if I go back in here and try it out, and hey, it's gonna reply back with hey using a separate function. Now let's convert this to a function as well. So I'm gonna say const react to react to I, and then I can just do react to message, and then I just type in I.send, and then let me open up an emojis panel and give it that emoji. Okay, now let's try it. Oh, it's not send, my bad. React, forgot about that. React, and if I go back here and say and RTN is epic, it should react, and perfect. It reacts to a message with a smiling face. Awesome. Okay, let's say someone on your server keeps deleting messages and you want them to stop. Well, you can use your bot to automatically tell them to stop deleting messages. So we can type in client.on, and this is going to listen for any messages that are being deleted. So message delete with the parameter of message, and then I want to say message.channel.send hey. stop deleting messages. So then I'll go back here and I'm gonna say and hey, and then delete that message. It should tell me to stop deleting messages. Hey, stop deleting messages. Now there's something wrong with this thing, because if I go up here and delete this message which came before the command, it's not gonna say anything. See, it doesn't tell me anything. That's because the bot can only see the messages after it. So when I said this and hey, it can only see the messages after it, because when I call it, it activates the bot after I say and hey. So it can only see the messages after it. If I want to allow it to access previous messages, I want to go back in here, go up to client, and then say partials. And then in here I want to say message, and this is going to allow the bot to look at previous messages as well. So if I go up here and delete this message, it should say hey, stop deleting messages. And if I go up here and delete this one as well, it should say hey, stop deleting messages. Perfect, it's working fine. Real quick, I want to go ahead and convert this into a function. So I want to say const delete message then I'm going to go ahead and say delete message.channel. Comment that code out, go down here, paste that, i.send, hey, stop deleting messages. If I go down here and say, if I go ahead and delete this message here, it should say hey, stop deleting messages. Perfect, it's working fine. Okay, so if you want to grant roles using your bot, you can create a new command, else if message.content equals prefix, and then let's give it the command of gimme. Then I'm gonna say, and then in here, well, I'm gonna go back out to Discord, go to server settings, roles, and then create a role for the bot to grant. I've created the gimme role here. It's just a regular role, and make sure it's below the Discord bot tutorial, because if it's above, the Discord bot tutorial won't be able to control the role above it. So yeah, and now we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna go back to the Discord developer portal. Go to the OAuth 2 tab. We're gonna select bot, send messages, and we're also gonna grant it the manage roles permission so that it can control the gimme role and grant it to members. So I want to select that, hit copy, go to a new tab, paste it, bot test, and then you can see that it says manage roles, authorize. It's authorized. Now if we go back to Discord, server settings, roles, and if you go in here and if you scroll down, you can see that the Discord bot tutorial has the manage roles permission. Awesome job. Okay, so now let's grant the role to the member. So now we're gonna go and type in message.member.roles.add, and here we're gonna get the unique ID of the role, because on Discord each role has its own ID. And so if you go to the roles section and copy that, if you copy this ID here, and then we can go and paste it in here, and then if you go back in here and we say gimme and gimme, it should grant the role. So if I go and check in here, it has granted me the gimme role. And then if I remove that and try again, it grants me the gimme role. So our role function is working perfectly fine as well. Like I did for the delete message, react to, and reply thing, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to convert this into a function as well. So I'm going to say const grant role with the I parameter. Then we're going to do grant role message.member.roles. Then I'm going to copy this and then comment this code out. Then if I go in here go back and do i.add. It should work. So I want to go in here, remove the gimme role, and then let's try it again. Gimme should add it. Perfect. It's working perfectly fine. Okay, so now we've completely finished our bot. The only thing to do is test it out first. So let's test out all the commands. So the commands we have here are the hey command. So I do hey, it's gonna say hey, and RTN is epic. That's working as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and let's try the grant one. So it's gonna do and gimme. If I go up here, it's gonna say gimme role. And then we're also gonna try deleting a message and see if it responds saying to tell me to stop deleting messages. So it says hey, stop deleting messages. So the bot is working perfectly fine. Everything is working just as it should. The last thing to do is to host it somewhere, because we want this bot to run all the time. Right now we're running it through our computer. If you go back to your terminal here, NodeMon is running it, and you can run it through a computer if you want. If you have like a Raspberry Pi lying around, you can just run this code on that. But I'm gonna use a hosting service called Heroku. It's 100% free. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and create a new app, and I want to give it the app ID of, I want to give it the name of Discord bot tutorial. Of course, you can make it something else. It says it's not available, so we're just gonna add a bunch of random numbers here. I want to go ahead and click create app. Awesome job. Now then I'm gonna go ahead and commit my code to GitHub, or push the things to my repository. So I want to say init, and then push. Where is it? Push. As you can see here, our code has been successfully pushed to GitHub. You can see that the node modules in the .env file has been hidden because we used the gitignore file. So if I go to main.js, they can't see our token. So awesome. To deploy our bot, you want to go ahead and connect your Heroku account to your GitHub account, and then search for your repository here. I'm going to say Discord tutorial. There it is. We're going to hit connect, and now it's connected. Now we're going to go down and select automatic deploys, and what this is going to do is when it detects a change in your code, or when you commit your code to GitHub, it's going to redeploy the bot. And then we're going to go and click on deploy branch. Now it says our app has successfully been deployed to Heroku. So now let's go to more, view logs, and then you can tell that we have an error here, and the error is that you can't access our env file because we did the gitignore. So to fix that, we're gonna go back to Heroku. We're gonna go to settings, and then click on reveal config vars, and then we're gonna go back to our env file. We're gonna copy our variable, which is the bot token, and then we're gonna paste the actual bot token in the second field here. Then click on add, and then if we go back to deploy, we're gonna manually deploy it again. Okay, so there's one last thing we need to do, and to do that we have to go back to VS Code, or our code editor, make a file called procfile, make a worker, node main.js, or your main JavaScript file, and in package.json make sure that main says your main JavaScript file. If it says index.js, just change it to main.js or whatever your main JavaScript file was, and then go to source control and commit to GitHub. Then go back to Heroku and deploy the branch manually once again. After that's done, go to the resources tab here and uncheck the web npm start. You can do that by clicking on this pencil icon and then unchecking it, and then checking the worker node main.js. Now if we go back to more, view logs, we can see that the bot is ready and running. And now if I go back here, you can see that the bot is online. And when I go back to VS Code, you can tell that my bot is not running off my computer, it's running off of Heroku. So if I try, and hey, It's gonna say hey, and then give me, or let's delete a message. Let's try that. So delete the message, and it says hey, stop deleting messages. Our bot is working perfectly fine, hosted on Heroku. Anyways guys, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you didn't like it, tell me in the comments on how we can improve in the next video. And also, if you have any questions about any of the code, if you don't understand anything, hit me up in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.